What if you left a Ferrari abandoned in the middle of nature for years? Slowly the grass starts growing around it, plants begin taking over the body, and eventually the entire car gets completely reclaimed by nature. Well, we can create this entire growing vegetation effect in Blender using just a few simple techniques, no complicated simulation required. In this video I will show you how to make the vegetation grow across the Ferrari, create the surrounding environment, add realistic lighting and atmospheric fog, and finally turn everything into this cinematic Ferrari reclaimed by nature shot. And the best part is, once you understand this workflow, you can use the exact same technique to make plants grow on buildings, vehicles, props or almost any object you want. So let's jump into Blender and build this effect from scratch. First open Blender. Here we have our default cube. So select it and delete it. Then press Shift A, go to Mesh and add a plane. Move into edit mode and press S+40 to scale it up. Next, go to Blender Kit search bar and type Ferrari. Then hit enter to search. Also filter the result by free first. I am going to select this Ferrari FXS by Sheetal Morek. Click on it to download the vehicle into viewport. Once the vehicle is downloaded, select the ground plane and increase its scale slightly, making it a little larger, something like this. Then, while still in edit mode, right click and choose subdivide. Repeat this a few more times until you have enough geometry to sculpt the terrain, something similar to this. Next, move to sculpting workspace, then left click and drag on the plane like this to increase the height of the terrain around the vehicle. And this is how we can create the terrain around our vehicle. Now select the vehicle and rotate it 90 degrees on Z-axis like this. Then select the ground plane and press S to hide it. Next, select all the parts of the vehicle except the empty, then right click and choose Convert to Mesh. By doing this, we are applying all the modifiers currently used on these objects. Now deselect the windows and tires. Then press Ctrl J to join all the selected parts into a single object. Next, press Shift A, go to Mesh and add a UV sphere. Then switch to side view and move the sphere slightly upwards so it sits right in the center of the vehicle, something like this. Next, go to timeline and set the end frame to 360. Now move the sphere to the left side along the x-axis like this. Then press K and add a location keyframe. Move to last frame, then move the sphere to the right side across the car like this. And press K again to add another location keyframe. Now move your cursor into the timeline and press A to select all the keyframes, then press T and choose linear interpolation. This will give us a smooth, constant movement from one side of the vehicle to the other. Now select the vehicle and go to Physics Properties tab. Click on Dynamic Paint, keep the type set to Canvas and click on Add Canvas. Then go to Surface and change the surface type to Weight. Next, click on Output to expand and click on this Add icon to create a new vertex group. After that, select the sphere and go back to Physics Properties tab. Click on Dynamic Paint, set the type to Brush and click on Add Brush. Under Source, change the paint to Proximity. Next, in the outliner, bring everything into the main object collection. Then select this plane and rename it as Ground. Now select the sphere and click on this camera icon to hide the sphere from the final render. Next, select the vehicle, go back to Physics Properties tab and click on Cache to expand it. Then click on Bake to bake the dynamic paint effect. It will take a few seconds to bake. Once it's done, go back to frame 1 and change the mode from object to wet paint mode. Now drag the timeline to preview the wet paint effect in the viewport, turning from blue into red, something like this, as you can see in the viewport. Next, go back to object mode, click on this camera collection, then in the viewport, press Shift A and add a camera. Set your desired viewport angle, then press Ctrl Alt 0 to align the camera to the current viewport. Now lock the camera view and adjust the camera properly. Then in the camera properties, set the focal length to 27. After that, unlock the camera view and press Shift A, go to empty and select the sphere empty in the viewport like this. Then move the empty slightly upward, something like this. Next, in the outliner, select the camera, then hold Shift and drag the camera onto the empty like this to make the camera a child of the empty. So now select the empty, go back to frame 1 in the timeline and press K, choose location, rotation and scale to add the keyframe. Then go to frame 95, rotate the empty and adjust it to your desired camera angle. Press K again and add another location, rotation and scale keyframe. Next, go to frame 190 and rotate the empty again to capture another desired angle. Then press K and add another location, rotation and scale keyframe. Now move to last frame, rotate the empty and scale it like this. Then press K and add another location, rotation and scale keyframe. After that, select this keyframe and move it here like this. Then adjust this keyframe and move it around frame 120. Finally, go back to frame 1 and hit the spacebar to preview the camera animation in action. Now in the Blender Kit search bar, search for grass, find your favorite grass asset and click on the ones you want to download into the viewport. Then search for flowers and here I am going to select this yellow flower and this rose. Next, hide the vehicle, empty and camera. Then select all the grass objects and move them along y-axis like this, bringing them outside the ground plane. Now arrange all the grass objects in a line, one by one like this. After that, clear the parent from the empty and delete the empty. Repeat the same process for all the empties that were previously parented to the grass object. Next, select the single yellow flower and duplicate it a few times. Scale the duplicates down, rotate them and adjust their position to create some variation, something like this. You can do the same thing with the rest of the grass and flower asset if required. Once everything is ready, select all the grass and flower objects, press M and create a new collection. Rename the collection to grasses and click on create. Now move the grasses collection into the main object collection. Next, unhide the Ferrari model, select the car and go to particle system tab. Click on hair, then enable advance. Now enable hair dynamics, expand the rotation section, enable rotation and adjust the phase value. You can also increase the randomized phase value to create more variation in the distribution. Next, go to render section and change the render as to collection. In the instance collection option, choose the grasses collection. Then enable pick random and also enable object rotation. Now you might notice that the grass and flowers scattered across the vehicle aren't properly aligned with the surface. So to fix this, let's split the viewport. On the right side, we can see the grasses and flowers particles scattered across the vehicle, while on the left side, we have our original grasses collection. Now select the yellow flower collection and rotate it to properly align the flower with the vehicle surface. You can also rotate the grass object and adjust its orientation. Do the same with the rose model and align it properly with the surface. Keep adjusting the rotation and orientation of this object until the scattered grass and flowers look properly aligned with the vehicle, something similar to what you can see in the viewport. Now go back to the particle system tab and set the number to 15,500 to cover the entire car. If your grass is longer than you expect, you can decrease the hair length value to achieve your desired grass length. After everything is set, go to the vertex group section. Under the length option, select the vertex group we created previously using dynamic paint. Now if you drag through the timeline, you can see this cool vegetation growing effect in action. Next, unhide the ground plane, select it and go to Blender Kit search bar. Search for grass and choose a few different types of grass for the ground. Once the grass is downloaded into the viewport, move it into the new collection named grass. Then select the ground plane, go to modifiers tab, click on add modifier and search for scattered on surface modifier. Set the instance type to collection and select the grass collection. Also enable pick instances. Now when I enable the camera view, I found that it would be better to use a single type of grass. This will reduce the overall mesh count, make the scene lighter on the PC and also give it a cleaner look, something like this as you can see. Also enable randomize and adjust these values to get your desired output, something similar to this. If you want to reduce the overall scale of the grass, select the original grass object, scale it down and press Ctrl A to apply the scale. Then go back to modifiers tab and adjust the density value to your liking, something like this as you can see in the viewport. Next in the Blender Kit search bar, type grass and choose this grass dandelion yellow. Click on it, wait a few seconds for it to download into the viewport. Then go to the HDRI search and search for Cloudy Sky HDRI. Click on it to add it to your scene. After that, select this dandelion plane, move into the edit mode and scale it around this size to cover the scene like this. Then search for tree and select your favorite tree, add it to your scene like this. By default, it will be much larger, so simply scale it down to match the logical size of the car. Add as many trees as you want to build your desired environment. Then search for rock and add some rocks into the scene, something like this. Now, let's render the scene to see our progress so far. As you can see from the render, there are still quite a few things that we need to fix to make the scene look better. So first, go to the Render Properties tab, scroll down and open the color management. Set the view to SS1.3 and look to none. Then I noticed that I might have forgotten to add ground texture to the ground plane. So let's go back to the viewport. First, press Shift A, go to Light and add a sunlight to see the scene. Then move it slightly upward and rotate it to give the scene a proper direction for the lighting. Next, set the Blender Kit search filter to Material, search for Wet Ground and select your desired ground material. Now hit render to see the result. At this point, I have moved ahead and tried a few different things and adjusted the lighting to get the desired look. Then I have added a cube to cover the entire scene and move to the shader editor panel. Click on new to add a new material, then add a principal volume node and connect the volume socket to the volume input of the material output node, then delete the principal BHDF node. Now set the density value to 0.025 and emission trend to 0.002. Also change the emission color to slightly warm yellow tone, then hit the render again to see the progress so far. After that, I move ahead and added some more trees and rocks into the scene, and this is the simple environment I created around our vehicle for this vegetation takeover effect. Now select the vehicle, go to Physics Properties tab and delete the previous bake. Then go back to frame 1 and click on bake again to bake the dynamic paint simulation. Once again, it will take a little time to complete the bake. Once it's done, move to Compositing Editor panel and here is the complete node setup I am using for the final render. After that, hit the render one more time to see the progress till now. And that's it, you're done. This is how you can create this super easy and cool Ferrari reclaimed by nature effect in Blender. Or you can think of it as growing vegetation effect where nature slowly takes over the entire vehicle. And that's it, our Ferrari reclaimed by nature effect is complete. We started with a simple Ferrari model, turn it into this completely overgrown environment using dynamic paint, particle, hair, grass scattering, materials, lighting, atmospheric fog, and compositing. The cool thing about this technique is that you're not limited to a Ferrari or even a vehicle. You can use the same workflow to create abandoned buildings, overgrown cars, ancient ruins, forgotten cities, or anything else being slowly taken over by nature. And if you want to deep dive into this project and explore all the settings, node setup and adjustment I used, you can get the complete project file from my Gumroad page. Link is available in the video description. If you create your own versions of this effect, don't forget to tag me on Instagram. I'd love to see what you guys create. Also, if you learned something from this video, make sure to support by doing like and subscribe to Art of Abhi for more Blender tutorials and creative experiments. Thanks for watching and I will see you in the next video. Till then, follow Art of Abhi for more.